right, guys, welcome back to another interview on mmaunhinged. I am joined by Sam Kelly. An absolute pleasure, by the way. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, mate. It's a pleasure for me as well.
Yeah, it's absolutely phenomenal to get you on off the back of that performance at Cage Warriors. I mean, 11-second KO. As I talked about, who doesn't want to get Sam Kelly on at the moment? I bet your brand, I bet everything about you right now is absolutely booming.
Yeah, mate. I've got some good momentum behind me. It's serving me well. The performances are definitely serving me well in all aspects.
Absolutely, and I'd love to talk about obviously the obvious, as we just talked about that 11-second KO. Talk to me through that, and about that that moment. How you're feeling on a big stage like Cage Warriors. How did that feel?
It was good, mate. It was very good. Like I say, it literally couldn't have gone any better if I tried to play it out in my head at all, really. Just 1-2 down the pipe straight away. Sleep, kid.
And the funny thing is, the fighters, play a fight through their head 100 times, 300 times leading up to a fight, and I presume this probably didn't go through your head. 11 second KO, bam, bosh, over. Was that did that ever run through your head?
It didn't. I was thinking I think I was gonna stop him in the first round, but I thought it would be a bit later in the round. Because like you say, most of the time you're going just feeling each other out for the first couple of minutes or trying to get your reads and whatnot. But he just tried running out like a madman, and I am the guy you don't want to do that against.
Absolutely, and it was a statement victory. It was phenomenal. I mean, I feel like you put the rest of the 135-pound division on notice with that performance. Was that kind of what you were looking for, to put on that statement victory? And this time with your hands, because we've seen it a lot with your grappling recently, but this time it's something with different aspect in your game.
Yeah, of course. I think people have always just regarded me as a grappler, really, but I'm not a grappler. I'm not a striker. I'm an MMA fighter.
Absolutely, I think it was on full display. You knocked him out and you sparked him. It was phenomenal. Phenomenal performance. Um, Talk to me about what this can do for next. So you talked about the confidence, it's flowing, it's going well. Talk to me what that can do, moving forward. How that's going to help you, grow and obviously further your career.
Well, like I say, the momentum's behind me. I'm confident at the minute. I'm believing in myself. Every MMA fight will go through it. Sometimes you have some dark days, like I did after I got beat for the first time. But at the minute, I just feel like I can take anybody out. Absolutely anybody. There's not anyone who I look at and I think, oh, you'd beat me. I honestly feel I could just take anybody out.
Yeah, and absolutely. As we're talking about this momentum, obviously it's a big factor. It's a big deal that we talk about because we've seen some of the best prospects in the world. Momentum is key because momentum can take you to some of the biggest places. Is that what you want looking for Cage Warriors to do with you? Bring that momentum and look to get you in there as soon as possible.
Yeah, of course, mate. It's at Cage Warriors. It's the I took the step up to Cage Warriors from fighting on the regional shows. I'm showing my worth in there already. It's going perfectly to plan at the minute. And yeah, I just want more performances and I just want to give the fans more finishes.
Yeah, and you talked about Cage Warriors there. How ecstatic, how good does that feel? To get that them sort of wins on as you talked about a stage like Cage Warriors, one of the biggest in the biggest in England and one of the biggest in Europe.
Oh, it feels good, mate. It feels damn good.
Absolutely, I bet you're loving it. Just think what's next for you. I just feel like there's a lot of openings off the back of this victory. It's phenomenal. I'm looking forward to them. 135-pound division is it's booming at the moment in Cage Warriors. We just seen the back of Colin Lochran obviously beating Dylan Hazan. I'd love to get your thoughts on other fighters in the division. How do you see these fighters in the rest of the division matchup?
Yeah, mate. I'd say there's probably about 6 fighters at the top where you got to take your hat to them. They are good fighters. They're good at what they do. All bring totally different risks to the fights. But yeah, like you say, it's a stacked division. But if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best.
Absolutely, and Cage Warriors, as we talked about, is a big opportunity. If you say big stage, as you talked about, you made that jump from the regional scene to Cage Warriors. Was you thriving heading into your Cage Warriors debut, heading into this one because it was a bigger stage? Do you like these kind of circumstances and these big opportunities?
I feel more at home on this bigger stage. To be honest, I don't feel out of place. In fact, I feel more comfortable on this than I did on the regional shows. I feel like I'm where I'm meant to be at the right time, and yeah, I'm just going to keep building and building and working towards just taking steps up the ladder every single time.
And you mentioned there you felt more comfortable on this stage. What do you think that is? Because you think the bigger pressure, the more that eyes are on you. Do you think you're going to thrive under? And what's that famous saying? Pressure makes diamonds. Do you kind of feel that?
Pressure makes diamonds, mate. I love it. I love the eyes. I love people doubting me. It's just the fuel for me to keep on going.
And obviously, the further we see you step up, the longer we see you in your career, do you think we're just going to see an even better Sam Kelly as we see these better opposition, high stakes in these fights?
Yeah, of course, mate. I'm getting better all the time. Just them 1% a week, 1% a day, whatever. But I'm just every time it's just pop, 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 going up and up and up.
Yeah, absolutely. I kind of want to move over from fighting. I want to talk about obviously what's happened recently. You recently got married. I want to
Yeah.
congratulate you for myself, Tommy from Smash Sports as well. An absolute, monumental moment for yourself in your life. Talk to me about that moment. Talk to me about that day, that experience. How did it feel?
It was good, mate. It was good. So obviously I had the fight for Cage Warriors, and then I flew out to Jamaica about
Yeah,
4 days after that. Um, so everybody, like all my friends who were coming, we was all still absolutely riding that wave of the fight of the knockout. So even that just amped it up, and then I got to marry my now wife Alex, which was amazing. So yeah, life's been treating me well these last few months, mate.
absolutely. You've had a fantastic few months. Obviously, won the fight, got married. I want to talk about why Jamaica. What was the reason to choose that location? Obviously, it's a beautiful country, very Caribbean. The food is lovely. The place is
Oh,
lovely.
dude.
Why Jamaica?
Woo!
What was the reasoning?
Well, I've been there before, and I just love it. And me being a man, I'm not really bothered about wedding plans. So I just said to my wife, I said, "You plan everything, but it's in Jamaica. So there's all my chips. You do the rest."
And obviously, it was. I bet it was a fantastic day for you. But I want to know, how drunk did you get? What was you like? What do they call it? Reception. Was you stumbling in that reception? You got to be, surely.
Yeah, mate. You know how it goes. You know how those British lads go.
How many drinks or pints were sunk that night?
A lot, mate. A lot of red stripes, mate. And for a 135, that red stripe's a bit strong, you know.
You have got a lot of meat on it. 135.
I definitely weren't 135 at the wedding, I'll tell you that.
Absolutely. And my last question, I want to talk about your Instagram game. It's very strong. You love posting them memes. Talk to me about that. Did you like posting them memes to keep, be more interactive with your fans? And do you think that brings, them to, maybe not get closer to you, but, feel more about your personality and your humor?
Yeah, well, people that are close to me, people that I know, I'm always joking around, and as out of fighting, there's not much I take serious, to be honest, mate. I'm just that type of guy. I probably should do more on Instagram and post more training clips and stuff like that, but it's just sort of not me. I always say I'm going to do better, and then I just end up scrolling through memes and making me laugh and sharing them.
I think it's phenomenal. I mean, there's only a few fighters in the world actually, to kind of have fun with it. That's what we want to see. That's what I think as fans we want to see. Just a fight, have fun with it. We want to see him be normal outside of fighting. Is that if that makes sense?
Yeah, I'm just a normal guy, mate. After my fights, I'll go down to the local pub with the lads and just sit there and be normal and have a laugh like I was doing before I started fighting. Yeah, I've not ch- I've changed obviously in some areas because of the fighting, but mainly I'm still me.
And then my last question, obviously, to top it all off, when can we see Sam Kelly next? I know there's a few big shows coming up in Cage Warriors, and I've got London, we've got Dublin, I believe, off the top of my head. So yeah, when we like to see Sam Kelly next, what are you kind of targeting?
Well, we've just had it verbally confirmed, so I'm just waiting on the paperwork to be sent to me. So you will see the Mighty Mole on the Rome card at the end of July.
There's a few British fighters. You got Shadjal Hack fighting in the main event.
Yeah. I think they've only announced the main event at the minute, but I won't say my opponent. I'll let Cage Warriors do that. But yeah, so unless it goes tits up from the verbal agreement, you'll be seeing me on there.
And you was in Rome the other week actually to watch that Cage Warriors card.
I was, mate. I was.
I was in Rome the week before that as well, but I didn't get to watch the final.
Oh, we could have had a beer, man.
What was you there a week before?
No, I was there. When did I go? I went on the Thursday. On the Thursday before the Saturday when the fight was.
Yeah, I was there a week before. And I was gutted because obviously the Cage Warriors announced that they were going to Rome. I was out there with my girlfriend, and I couldn't believe it. They booked it, and I was absolutely distraught because the day we came out was the 28th of April, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And I was so distraught. Honestly, I was like, I could have had a night away from a girlfriend, watch the fights. I was like, yes, come on.
Yeah, well, mate. So obviously, I booked my wedding and the honeymoon way in advance, like talking 2 years in advance, obviously because of the financial bit of it.
Yeah.
So we booked Rome, and then Cage Warriors announced that they were doing the card when we was there. And I don't think the wife still believes me that I didn't plan it.
I mean, it was my timing was just a little bit off. I was close. But yeah, Rome was beautiful. How was your experience? For me, it was it's absolutely stunning city. All the monuments are fantastic. The food, it was lovely.
Oh, the food's good, mate. The food is very good. Yeah, we had a great time, mate, and it was blazing hot sun when we was there as well. So yeah, we done all the tours, all the landmarks, and all that. It was a nice little break, mate. Nice little break.
Absolutely, it was about 25, 26 degrees for us when we were there. We were there the week before, so
Yeah, I think we were similar. It rained on the day before we were coming home, which killed it a little bit. But we had like 2 days just storming about in the sun.
Yeah, it was phenomenal. I loved it. Sam, an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for joining me. I wish you the best of luck, obviously, on that Rome card. Hopefully, got my fingers crossed. Hopefully, we can see you down there. Hopefully, we see an official announcement soon. Thank you very much, Sam. An absolute pleasure. I'll see you soon.
Thank you, mate. You take care, pal.